Yo, 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 what's good? What's good? It's Stormybman, and I am back welcoming you to the post-fight show with Stormybman for this Saturday, December 17th, 2022. And this is the post-fight show for Rivera versus Martin that was broadcast live on Showtime. The card just finished wrapping up, and we have and still undefeated young champion in Frank Martin. Yeah, what a performance by Frank. Salute to he and Derek James. And I will say, I think that this victory by Martin helps solidify Mr. James as Coach of the Year. He has the camp of champions and future champions. The man needs to be accredited for what he is accomplishing in the sport. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show, man. We are here to talk about this card, a battle of undefeated young men who were, regardless of what Michelle Rivera said, two young contenders facing off quality challenge early in their career to find out where they are in order to know where they want to be. And it was clear and decisive after approximately 4 rounds, because You never know. When I did my pre-fight video breakdown, I talked about intangibles. And one of the things you never know is if a fighter is willing to do what's necessary. And we saw that Mr. Rivera was not. Things were not going his way, and he didn't even want to take any risk to try to turn things around. That is a little bit different from what we talk about in making adjustments. It appeared also that he was not adept at dealing with southpaws, even though training out of the same gym as Luis King Kong Ortiz, who happens to be a southpaw, by the way. But a lot of the South American fighters, Cuban fighters, fighters from the Dominican Republic, fight from the southpaw position. So I have to question the camp, the training, the preparation for southpaw position for Rivera going into this fight. But nonetheless, Martin was sharp. He was tight. He could see everything. Fighters who could see everything are amazing to watch, because when they're in there, it's almost like they have eyes in the back of their head. He could see every single thing that was taking place in there in front of him, and he was comfortable in there. I'll refer to Frank as the crab, because the guy has a shell around him. We're not talking about a crab defense. We're not talking about the Philly shell. We're talking about how tight he is with his guard, the way he can snap his punches out and bring them back home, how he's ready to punch off of movement, off of an aggressor, and he varies his counters. He doesn't throw the same shot over and over and over again. Well schooled, man, and that comes from compliments of Mr. James. Listen, man, the future is bright for the brother. I put a poll out there for you guys to take a look at, and you can let me know what you think, huh? Because that poll will kind of speak volumes about everything. My poll is asking, how good is Frank Martin? Good, damn good, great, the sky is the limit. And I'll leave that poll up while we do this show. And at the end of the show, we'll take a look back and see what people have to say about it. But in the meantime, let me start greeting some of the family that's in here. CB Sports TV in the building early, saying salute Stormy B-Man. Antonio MMA is out there saying salute Sensei. Smash that like button and please wipe your feet at the door. No shit in the house. JC in the building. What's good with you, JC? Jared 011 Green is in the building. Jeff, the producer, is back with us saying Storm. And Antonio says congratulations to the man, Frank. He boxed beautifully and beat Michelle easily. B-Mac is back saying salute Stormy B-Man. Anthony Bolton in the building saying salute. Cassandra is in the building saying Stormy B-Man. King Corleone is out there as well. He says Frank is smart. Robert Singleton in the building saying great fight. Ghost was sensational. Antonio says, Sensei, man, it was like he was a newborn baby taking a bath for the first time. King Corleone says, man, that footwork nasty. William Old School saying salute my brother, and y'all smash the like button, people, when entering the building. Peace. Shoe May in the building saying Martin put on a master class. Antonio says, this man didn't move to the left at all. Frank has good eyes. He was sharp, real sharp, but he has great eyes. Talib Cunningham in the building saying, that's got you beat. Someone tall, footwork. Let's see who else we got out here. Jeff, the producer, says, Frank, step back, straight left is a thing of beauty. Theseus GQ saying, great training and salute. Robert Singleton says, master training. Underground Asylum in the building saying, Sensei salute in chat. 704 and Joe in the building saying peace. Phenomenal Mexican back saying salute Stormy. Salute to you. And see, we got some more comments in here. Phenomenal Mexican says, I didn't watch the fight. Gonna have to catch the replay. King Corleone says Martin might beat Davis. They're going to have to call him Frank the Tank Storm. Laugh out loud. Deacon Dollar's out there saying Frank Martin styled on Dollar Tree Ali. Snacks B saying salute. PGH Big Dog saying salute. Dr. Professor saying salute. That's good with all you guys coming in here. Please smash that like button as you come into the building. Raymond Hughes saying salute Stormy and salute to the chat. Listen, Frank would have done our brother Nazim Muhammad. Come on. You know what I'm trying to say. Brother Nazim, he would have did him proud because he was swimming without getting wet out there tonight. That was an exhibition that he put on to come out of the water dry. Huh? That's what he was able to do. A great performance coming out like that. That's what it's all about, man. When you could put on that type of performance, and that's what he was able to do. Yeah, Nazim Richardson, thank you, Antonio. I had a brain fart. I don't know why, but it just happens sometimes. But yeah, that was that type of performance. But please don't overlook Mr. James. Derek James is doing great work. You know, they praise these other guys undeservedly, guys whose charges take PEDs and banned teas and all types of tainted meat and everything. Huh? Cheaters. But this man has champions built from the ground up. Huh? Not guys who come in there wearing glitter boots saying, can you save my career, please? Nah. This is the house of lions. Huh? Not the house of lion on the canvas or lying to the people. Huh? That's right. I said it. I said it, and you heard it. Salute to my brother KQKC Boxing Network out there in the super chat. He says, thank you for all your post commentary this year. Thank you, KQKC, for leading the way, man, and allowing me to come in behind and just tell it like it is, you know, Howard Cosell style. That's what Stormy like to do, man. And appreciate you as well. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Man, we got a couple more people came into the building. King Styles Productions is out there. I see you. James Galibreath out there saying salute to you in the chat. PGH Big Dog says Martin is ready for all the smoke. Speed, power, trainer advantage. Rivera didn't stand a chance. Rivera didn't take a chance. You see, when you start to talk about intangibles with fighters, again, when guys get in there and they got another guy across the ring who on paper they're supposed to beat, a little more courage creeps in because they've been foretold you're supposed to handle this guy. So they go out there and they do things. Sometimes they stumble a little bit, but they sometimes stumble on into victory. But when it's 50-50, when it's on the table that you could lose to this guy, then the fighter has to take over. But he doesn't just take over with, just trying to beat the guy up, but he brings everything that has been instilled. You bring the trainer, his philosophy. You bring what you've learned in the gym, the skills that have been honed and developed, your character that he is supposed to have been building and molding and shaping for the task at hand. And on fight night, it's time for the final exam, And if you've been goofing off in class, if you haven't been the student of the game that you need to be, sometimes you can dig down in that bag and reach your hand all up in there and it ain't nothing but air, You ain't got nothing to pull up out of there. Nothing. Michelle Rivera, but some old trunks that kind of look like the ones that Ali used to wear. Except for Ali's didn't have glitter on them, did they? Did I say that? I sure did. You heard it right here on the post-fight show. Ali didn't wear glitter. He might have wore tassels on his boots, on his boxing boots, but he didn't wear no glitter, Because all that glitters ain't gold, Yeah, that's an old saying. Some of y'all new ones, newbies as they call them, don't know nothing about that. But when you come around here, it taps right on the ear. Yeah. Frank Martin brought a lot, And in the corner, he heard a lot, Derek was telling him exactly what he needed to do. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't get too ahead of yourself. Don't start losing concentration or whatever and give him an opportunity to let him back into the game. Stay sharp. Stay smart. And by doing that, Rivera was just looking for the final bell. Yeah. Salute to my brother, Drew Titan LLC, out there in that super chat. He says, Martin is the true definition. Speed and angles. That man is the crab, You got to get past all of this. Them hands are moving, they catching, they shooting, they countering, slipping and parrying. Great stuff, man. He looked like a guy from the 40s or 50s out there. Salute, Derek James. Go ahead on with your bad ass. This is good stuff, people. On display. Skill sets. Skills. But see, I like to see stuff like this Because it's not even about picking who you think gonna win and this and that. This is about seeing who is going to progress and not recess. Frank Martin can challenge for a world title right now. Now, Derrick James might not feel right now is necessary. Might want a couple more fights, and that's understandable. But when I say that, I say it based on what he was able to show here. And even in his post-fight interview, he said there was a few more things that he could have done and taken advantage of. But they were very comfortable with what they were doing. And they knew that they were out ahead. So they took care of business in that sense. So therefore, my comment for the poll is the sky is the limit. He got caught a few shots, but he handled that exactly the way you're supposed to. And that's great, because you'll catch some shots from time to time in a match. The whole idea is not to get hit with anything too heavy and too dangerous that will jeopardize you during the match. And that was the case here. In that, what round was that? The 7th, where he scored the knockdown. The only thing I can say about the knockdown is Rivera, whose feet were really tangled up, better be lucky that only the left caught him, and the right hook, which was Frank's cleanup punch on that particular combination, that it didn't land clean, because that could have really put him in jeopardy. The left hook was enough to drop him, but had the right followed and landed, it missed. Behind that left, Michelle would have been dreaming of Ali, huh? Yeah. And we found out a little bit about Michelle's character in this fight, people, because his trainer in his corner was telling him after about 6 rounds, he was like, you're going to need a knockout. So they were very honest with him over there. He just didn't want to take the risk. And you know something? In boxing, you have to take risks sometimes. You have to really reach into those flames. Risk getting burned to grab victory outside of that burning building. Michelle said, hell no, I ain't going. Yeah, absolutely. Jeff, the producer, he has more gears. He does. He's shown that prior to tonight. But why didn't he take the risk? See, that's the thing. Understand, when I give you these breakdowns, some people say, oh, Stormy dropping gems. Listen to what I'm telling you. It's about the character of the fighter. If you can do things What keeps you from doing it? It's like a guy who is afraid to step to the girl, huh? Ask her out. He afraid that she gonna say no. But saying no sometimes is what they do. Even when they mean, oh, yeah. And I ain't talking about that grape stuff. I ain't talking about that. I'm just talking about simply to make you try harder, to come at them more or whatever. But if you don't try, you sitting up there leaned up against the car talking about, oh man, she don't want to do nothing. She don't want to go out, Then some goofy come along and say, hey baby, what you doing tonight? She's like, nothing. Well, you want to go to the movies? Yeah. And he gone to the movies with her and you still leaned up against the car. You're a damn fool. Yeah. Where were your gears at? Inside the car and the keys in your pocket. You ain't even got the car started up. I'm telling you. He didn't want to try. The corner was telling him. Now he got to go back home and look at this tape and see how miserable he looked. His footwork was all wrong. He kept his left front foot on the inside of Frank's front right foot. He kept moving to his right and Frank's left, making it easy for Frank to counter on balance. It's called the sweet science for a reason. And Frank wasn't an opponent. He wasn't a prospect. He was a contender just like Michelle was. So Michelle, who was full of press clippings and his own interviews and everything like that, not only had glitter on the black portion of his trunks tonight, but he had glitter in his eyes because he couldn't see straight in what he was dealing with. Now he may be taken down a peg or two or three, and we'll have to come back from this. But everybody got the blueprint on him too. Now is that he don't go for it. When the going gets tough, he gone. He don't get going, he gone. Huh? You talk about me and my army, he said, what army? You look around, Michelle gone. Is that him on the bus? Yeah, the first thing smoking. This is why, people, that the guys who you like don't fight who they should be fighting, because they don't want to show when they wearing Kotex, tampons. They don't want you to get a whiff of that summer's eve, Yeah. See there? You see? This is what it is. And you have to say it for what it is. And after we got past a few rounds, if he had decided to try something, Frank would have just adjusted to that, because Frank has someone who's capable in his corner that can remind him of what they prepared for. See, you have to understand that they prepared for everything that Rivera did well, plus anything maybe unexpected. But they didn't need to show what didn't need to be shown, because he never got in and started the car, he was prepared to push. Yeah. Boxing is a hell of a sport, people. It really is, because when you watch fights like this, 50-50 fights, sometimes it turns out to be 80-20 or 90-10, huh? Because the other guy just didn't have anything in the toolbox. What was that Biggie said in this song? It was all a dream. Yeah, it was all a dream, huh? He thought he was Ali, but he wasn't, huh? Yeah, you deserve the roasting, son, because you didn't even try. Sugar Ray Leonard, when he was fighting Tommy Hearns, was being outboxed, outfought. And Angelo Dundee told him, "You're blowing it, son. You're blowing it. You got to be quicker. You got to go take it away from him. Otherwise, you're going to lose this fight." Sugar Ray went out there and gave Tommy everything that he had. And Tommy couldn't stand up to it. He couldn't stand up to it. Yeah. You guys see this image that I'm putting up on the screen. This is my Be Right Back message image for when I take a break away from the mic. But I'm showing you this picture for a reason, because this was at that moment when Angelo Dundee gave Sugar Ray Leonard that information in that famous fight with Tommy Hearns. Between rounds, between the 13th and 14th round. Do you see Sugar Ray's eye, that left eye? Tommy Hearns was battering him all night long with a jab and right hands. Ray Leonard got off of that bench, that stool, and he went to work on Tommy. He took a risk. He laid it on the line. He let his nuts hang, so to speak. And he got Tommy up out of there. Ali did the same thing in the 14th round between his fight between he and Leon Spinks. Even though Ali still dropped that decision, he had played with Spinks for 13 rounds. And he came out for that 15th. And Ali fought very hard, but he still dropped the decision to Spinks. But the whole idea of it was Ali tried to get him up out of there. He tried to get him. Sugar Ray tried to get Tommy up out of there. What did Michelle do? Michelle, my belle. Yeah, what did he do, y'all? Y'all tell me what he did. Huh? Did he throw caution into the wind? Or was the air foul from the fart and the stench? Huh? See, talk is just that, right? He called Frank a prospect. But didn't he look like the prospect? There you go, 704 Joe. Absolutely. He tried to be safe, huh? There's nothing safe about being in the boxing ring unless you've been taught how to be safe. But you can also be safe by putting your hands on the other guy, because you got to make him worry about you, huh? Not be waiting on the final bell, huh? Was that the bell? Yeah. That's right, Dre's finest. He was passive. Passive, huh? Thrill Hill says absolutely nothing. Dr. Professor says eat straight lefts all night, huh? Like they were Pringles, huh? Salute to Mr. Mott out there with that super sticker, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Watcher said he talked all of that ish and got smacked about. But isn't that how it usually go? See, Tank talk a lot too, don't he? Huh? But who he getting in the ring with? I'll turn my, speaker up so I can hear your comment, because he talk a lot, y'all. But who he getting in the ring with? And this guy he getting ready to face, he better stop talking about other folks and focus in on that man that he getting in the ring with. Otherwise, yeah. That's right, William. No hiding in the ring, man. No hiding. Huh? It's crazy, man, because see, these are the things you don't know until these guys get in there and face somebody. Frank gonna be okay. It don't matter who he get in the ring with. He trained in a gym where there's one undisputed champion and another unified champion, one belt away from being undisputed. Huh? He come from a place where it smells like championship. Huh? Yeah. Salute to William out there with that super chat. He says, for the collection plate. Thank you so much, my brother William. Thank you, William, old school. Yeah, man. You can't hang around champions, train with them, learn what they doing from the same mentor and everything, and not have some of that luster rub off on you, huh? Unless you're a damn fool. Because there are damn fools out there too, They're out there. You saw one right across the ring from him tonight. He ought to stop the Ali bull crap right now. Stop it. Cut that damn high top fade off. Get a real haircut. And get back to the drawing board and start boxing all over again, son. Unless it ain't in you, huh? Because you damn sure didn't take any risk. He on a risk diet, huh? No risk for me. See, I used to talk to the guys in the gym like this, man. make them mad. They have some of the best sparring and go out and have some of the best amateur matches and stuff. They be mad as hell. Man, Stormy talking shit. It's like sticking them with that pen, you know, a stick pen. That people that sew and stuff, you that beep and they ooh, yeah. I ain't pat them on the ass telling them, you're doing great, you look good. I'm like, man, you look like shit. You're stinging up the place. Salute to Felix Nunez out there. He says, Frank didn't have to do my countryman so bad. Frank didn't do your countryman so bad. Your countryman did so bad on his own because he didn't give it a go. He only fought like a guy trying to survive. Now, there have been people in the chat that stated over and over he didn't have any more gears. He has gears. He's used them against other fighters. There's a word to be used here. I'm going to say it, and it'll make some people angry, and some people may understand. It says intimidation. I think you saw it at the weigh-in. See, I didn't talk about that. I saved it for tonight. I wanted to use it as a part of the descriptive actions of what transpired, and it played right in. Did you see the face-off at the weigh-in after getting off the scales? All of a sudden, Michelle looked at him and said, oh, he for real, for real. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he from Detroit. Yeah. Yeah. Drew Tice says, true story. The gimmick can rest now. He got to get back to the basics. That's right. Huh? Or put some glitter on his boots like his comrade, AJ. Huh? Or go and get some knee pads so he can team up with Dubois. Huh? Because it seems like a lot of these guys want to take knees now. Huh? For whatever reason. You take a knee in football. The quarterback take a knee when he killing the clock and stuff like that, down in the ball. What these dudes taking knees in boxing for, man? I see you out there, Shower. Young Hollywood says Rivera was defeated mentally after the knockdown. No, he was defeated mentally at the weigh-in, bro. When he stood there and looked in that man's eyes. Sometimes you can lose it right there on the spot. Sometimes you just have to face your fears. And in boxing, this is what it's all about. You can have trainers in your gym that will allow you to bluff, pretend. Those are bad trainers. Wookie Wook in the building. Reef the Watcher, what's good? Wookie Wook, I ain't seen you in a minute. Where you been? Main boxing biker out there, he says, you take a knee to avoid getting the bottom of your trunks dirty. Drew Titan, he couldn't beat Tito. You know why? Because Tito took risk. How many times have we seen Tito go down and get up fighting, huh? This dude went down and was like, well, I'm done. Check, please. Wookie Wook, to a certain degree, you're correct in that. They did tell him that he needed a knockout, but they didn't give him much technical to work with. But you can't give what's not there, right? Remember what I talked about earlier in the show about that reaching into that bag, but it's empty. Ain't nothing in there but air, huh? But it looked nice. It even say Gucci on the outside. But it say coochie on the inside. Yeah! See, y'all, you know, I say certain things and people just be listening and whatnot, but man, it don't get no realer than this. Frank gonna go party tonight and celebrate with his family and friends. They gonna have a good time. They gonna have a good time. And now it's going to be guys who don't want to face him. Just like it's guys moving away from Shakur and all of that. Same. Wookie Wook says, I just feel like as a trainer, you're supposed to have some answers for your fighter, more than just, you're losing this one, champ. Absolutely. When are the real trainers outside of DJ gonna step up? Keep telling you, they've been giving trainer of the year to all of these guys that are not accomplished. They have charges that cheat. They help their charges cheat. There's substance abusers and PED users and everything. But the PTB got them in your face all the time. Where Freddie Shakes at? I tell you, man. It takes fights like this to bring out the qualities in the fighters, and you will never get it if a guy is not facing any resistance. That's why you guys should want Tank to fight somebody that's not just of the Latin family. Yeah. Someone who has the same abilities like he does and natural, rhythmic, and perpetual motion like he does, hand speed, foot speed like he does, athleticism like he does, then we'll see. And yes, he has a hell of a punch. But how about if he gets hit by a hell of a punch? Dre Finest out there in that super chat says, Rivers was shell-shocked by Martin's speed and quickness. Martin ran his shots off like a machine gun. Rat-a-tat-tat, you dig? I support Stormy. Thank you, Dre Finest. I appreciate you and your super chat, brother, and your support. How about Martin fight Tank? Huh? Ooh. Did I say that? Yes, I did. And you're welcome. They gonna be playing that, what do they call that, brother? That sing that, it's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. Yeah. They gonna be playing that because at that weight class, there's a lot of dice to be shot around there, Yeah. Nelly, yeah, that's his name. Hold on, man. Hold on. Wookie Wook, the man who been off the scene for longer than I can remember, say, nah, y'all ain't gonna make this night all about Tank. This is a Frank Martin night. That man deserves all the glory tonight. What the hell you think I've been doing, Wookie Wook? Huh? What the hell you think I've been doing? What the... Man, if you don't sit down somewhere, who else been giving Frank credit? Derek James, credit. What the hell you think, man? I've been on here for 56, almost 57 minutes. See, that's how you know when somebody ain't on the up and up. That's how you know. Because, yeah, I'm going to cook you because you come in here talking about, I'm eggs. Huh? Don't cook me. Look at him. He trying to back up now. Moonwalk his ass on up out of here. No, you ain't. I've been giving this man credit since I started the live. I've been roasting your boy, Glitter Boots Ali. See? Yeah, I keep telling them, you come around Stormy, you gonna get the real. Huh? You don't reserve to say dumb shit up in here, bro. You don't. If you say real shit and honest and truthful, I'll be right there with you. I'll be like, yeah, that's it, right? Everybody in here will tell you that. But see, you've been off the scene. You've been off the scene. But I ain't off the scene, bruh. Huh? I pay attention to every damn thing. Even when I take my glasses off. Huh? Shit, what the fuck? Everybody turn, point at Wookie Wook and laugh. That's what you do. You know, you all growing up in school, did you ever have one of them teachers that would be like, somebody answer a question, it'd be wrong. They'd be like, all right, everybody laugh at Tyrone. There go my girl Diana. Diana, what's good with you? I see you out there. No, but this is a Frank Martin celebration, man. He did well. You can't take it away from him. But see, I never jumped the gun. I like to see the performances first. I gotta see, especially when a guy is like untapped, right? Now that we know, we've seen like this type of performance out of Frank. It's like, man, what's next? That's why I put in that poll, the sky's the limit, because with the way he is operating and with the people that he has with him, man, that's a huge combination. You got Earl, his promoter, you got Derek training him, and he's in the gym with him and Charlo. Oh my goodness. That's Dr. Frankenstein's lab right there. Yes, sir. Man. Let me take a look at that poll and see what it's looking like right now. Wow, only 33% says the sky is the limit. So we got some doubters out here, man. That's interesting. I'm not prepared to say great, but the sky's the limit, because in a sport where most of the fighters are not willing to take the risks that we speak of, he's one now. He is one of those. So one who is willing, you should always have some type of consideration over those who just don't. But they'll get on Instagram and Twitter and start talking all kinds of ish. They even start talking about people that ain't nowhere near their weight class. That's how you know they foolish. Talking about slapping heavy weights and all of that stuff. Really? Really? You barely weigh a $140 and you want to talk about slapping heavyweights. That's just pure D dumb. But this was a great performance by Frank Martin, man. I liked how he kept his guard up, how he kept his gloves out in front of him where he could trap punches and knock punches down. He was using skills in there. And I do believe that early in the fight, Rivera just realized this guy's better than I thought, and I can't do anything with him. Yeah, That's what it was. Salute to Diana out there with that super sticker. I appreciate you, Diana. Also, Diana, I appreciate the super chat, the super thanks that you left on my video. Thank you for that as well. I appreciate your support. C99 says Derrick James is definitely the trainer of the year because he knows his fighters' strength and focuses in on it. That's not the only reason, but he's definitely trainer of the year. Trainer of the year. And the referee kept warning Frank about turning Rivera. But I like the fact that he was turning Rivera because he was keeping him off balance, making him continue to reset. Now, there's a way to do that without putting your hands on the guy. But Frank was enjoying what he was doing. So, you know, the ref didn't take no point, no harm, no foul. But when you could keep a guy off balance like he was doing, it's very frustrating. You could take the fight out of a guy easy with movement and defense. Kenny Bayless sucks as a referee, man. He does. I'll never forget he was in that second Wilder Fury fight. He sucks. Devin Blocker, you know what? Rivera's corner didn't even teach him that he had to keep his front foot on the outside of Frank's front foot. When you're fighting opposite style, orthodox, southpaw, orthodox, you have to keep your foot on the other guy's outside. You got to keep your foot outside the other guy's front lead foot, because that's how you can dictate movement in the ring. Rivera started the fight off with his foot inside of Frank's foot. Where are you going to go but straight back? Or dipping over to your right and you're dipping over to his lead power hand. Boxing 101. I keep telling these guys they need to figure this shit out, man. But then they don't want to come to Stormy's channel and get on the Tuesday Tussle and stuff like that because they think they too good. Huh? I can help them out a lot. But they're going to have to pay me, though. They're going to have to pay me. Hamza S, what's good with you? IGM Tim, what's good? The Messenger 215, you said, have I considered being a ref? Fuck no. What do I want to be a ref for? I'm a coach. You think I just be sitting on here talking that I can't prove my theory and what I have to say? That it's all, flash and no substance? Man, I can go and work a corner tomorrow night. Boxing is a cerebral sport. It really is. Fighting is cerebral, although there's a physical part because you have to exert yourself to put hands on the other person or whatever. But sometimes the fight can be won with the mind right up front. And I got a feeling that Frank realized that when at that weigh-in, I keep telling you guys, if you go back and watch that weigh-in, Jay Grant Jr., I see you. What's good? If you go back and watch that weigh-in, it all seemed to fall apart for Mr. Rivera right then and there. Quee, what's good with you? I see you out there. Sometimes you can see it on a fighter, main boxing biker. You can see it on them. But like I said in my video, the intangibles. See, when these guys are not facing each other, they could talk on this side and the other one talking on that side. And they keep going out beating up dudes they're supposed to beat. But then when they get in there with one another, it's time to go to school. It's time to start solving and resolving problems, testing theories, testing skill, testing heart, courage. How bad does he want it? Does he want it more than me? Yeah, it's not always at the weigh-in, Wookie Wook. It's not always there. Sometimes certain things will present themselves because it has to do with the individual. Remember, guys who are fighting, if you're fighting tough opposition all the time or whatever, whether you've been knocked out, whether you lost or won or whatever, it's just a routine day at the office. But these were two men who had stepped on the scale to face off against each other in a 50-50 type situation, a true 50-50 type situation. Now, sometimes that has to be decided in the ring where it's like it's going to be nuts and guts and knockdowns and dragouts and stuff like that. Like you guys remember Zepeda and Baranchik, huh? 8 knockdowns in 5 rounds. These guys were going at it. Who knew that fight was going to turn out like that? And they both were trying to kill each other in there. You know? But every once in a while, someone who isn't who you really thought they were, the curtain get pulled back and you find out, oh, he wearing panties instead of Fruit of the Looms. And it's like, oh shit, you know what I mean? He had a girdle on. What? He likes pumps. He likes to paint his fingernails. What? You guys laughing, but I'm telling the truth, man. I really am, because you don't know until this happens, right? You just don't know. You ever see that guy that's kind of quiet and everything, don't say nothing, don't mess with nobody or whatever, and then somebody come over there messing with him, and then he unleash on their ass, and they be like, damn, it's always the quiet ones or whatever, and he done ripped hell and sent people to see their maker and everything for messing with him. Well, that's because the people that was messing with him is kind of dumb, huh? Because it's like, you don't really poke the bear. You don't go messing with somebody that you shouldn't be messing with. Go beat up on the bullies and stuff, because them the ones that really ain't really tough and stuff anyway, because they just trying to get a lead out on somebody that they figure is weaker than them or something. A misjudgment. My man Shakers and Dice out there, what's good with you? Says shout out to Stormy in the chat. Yeah, man, it's crazy. You know, it's crazy. But it was a great fight, though, because it gave Frank something that he needed. He needed a top name to bolster what he wants to do in the sport. Rivera's just going to have to go back to the drawing board, and he has a great deal more to clean up. Now, he has, like, for those that were saying he doesn't have another gear, he has another gear, but what we're going to find out from him next is, does he really have it in his heart to be a fighter? Because he's been beating up on guys that you should win against. If you've got any kind of skills, if you got any type of ability or whatever, you should beat those guys that he's been fighting. Now he's going to have to decide how bad he wants to fight. And does he really want to be a world champion? Because if you want to be a world champion, you cannot fight like he fought tonight. So limited, don't take risk, can't go all out, and can't do more than just flick the jab and throw an occasional right hand. You're incomplete as a fighter. You're going to have to do far more than that to shake up the world to become a world champion. Gives me the thought, like, if he got in there with someone like Tank on this night and Tank hits him, he'll just fall apart because he got hit hard. And that's something that you don't want from a fighter. Yeah, he's definitely looking like a cupcake himself right now, ain't he? Wookie Wook, you can't have off nights on your biggest night. You can't. You're either going to perform or you're not going to perform. And the thing is, he didn't perform tonight. It wasn't an off night. If Frank Martin was a guy like whom he's been fighting in the past, he would have got charged up and went on after them, even trying to stop somebody. He didn't even try to go after Frank. See, this is how you know the difference in the temperament. Frank didn't have to go after him because he had the rounds in the bank. But you could believe had he jumped out in front of Frank, Derek would have let him know, hey, you're going to have to pick it up. These rounds is too close or whatever. You got to go get him. Derek didn't have to tell him that because he was out front big time. I ended up giving that kid 2 rounds. I gave him 2 rounds. And that's kind of tough because he may have won 1, but I gave him 2. And he was dropped. So, you know, Frank had that sewn up. And I have a problem with guys that don't try to go for it, man. If you just gonna fight that same way for 12 rounds and you getting your ass whooped, you don't need to be in the damn ring, because it's like that's almost like a non-performance to me. Now, I understand opponents who get in there with the world beaters and they try to survive, you know, just to say I went 10 rounds with so-and-so. But these were supposed to be 2 undefeated contenders vying for a top rating over one over the other. So it's like, if you don't try to beat the guy, then you ain't really a top contender. It'd been better for him out there trying and going for it and get caught with something and get knocked out than to be losing all the damn rounds and just coast on to the final bell as if to say, you know, well, you know, I gave it a shot. Man, get the hell out of here with that defeatist attitude. No, I ain't giving you no credit for that. No participation trophies on Stormybman channel, huh? You either win or you lose. No participation trophies over here. Fuck no. Yeah, man. Too many, William. Too many participation belts, man. And these guys, everybody, oh, you get a belt. You get a belt. You know, all these guys out here just, you know, and you can't even see the damn good fighters for all of these pretenders out there. Yeah, Wookie Wook, if Rivera would have done more, Frank would have done more. Frank would have turned it up. He was more than ready to do that, but he didn't have to take the risk. See, that's the one thing. Unless you're just an obliterating type fighter with power, you get a guy out there, you clean his clock, you get him on out of there. But Frank is he's a boxer puncher, and he's a guy who has the type of style that his offense it works off of his defense. And Rivera wasn't giving him many opportunities because he wasn't taking any chances. So he just won convincingly from that standpoint. You know, sometimes it's not even a guy being afraid of being KO'd. It's like more of a apprehensive about trying. You know, I gave the analogy earlier about the guy that wants to go out with the girl, but he don't ask her out. You don't know if she gonna say yes or no, and you just killing yourself with, you know, the unknown by not asking. What's she gonna do? Say no? Then you just go on and find somebody else. But what if she say yeah? Then what do? You know what I mean? It's like, so I gave that analogy earlier. So, you know, but this was his chance. And because he didn't perform late and he didn't go for nothing, he had like 3 rounds. When it got to like round 10 and his corner was trying to tell him, he never changed. He kept that same, you know, disposition and everything. That says more about his character than his ability. His character wasn't going to take risk or a chance or a gamble. Rasheed Rourke, you get hit hard in boxing. That comes with it, bro. If you can't take a hard shot, or if you're afraid of hard shots, you're in the wrong damn business. Well, people gonna take it easy on you. Oh, I know you don't like to be hit hard, so nah. Fuck out of here. Well, it's getting awfully late, guys. I'm going to get ready to get on up out of here. It's been a pretty damn good post-fight show, and you guys came out in numbers to support me tonight. We got a lot of eyes on us tonight for this. I guess people wanted to hear what I had to say, you know, and that's cool. It's very cool for you guys to come out and show support like that. Very cool. Yeah, William, I appreciate everybody came out. Kwee, all of you guys and ladies that came out. The super chats, super stickers, everybody that gave in. It is saying that we had about almost 500 people tonight. So that's great. You know what I mean? That's great stuff, because that means that number is just going to go up for those who didn't check me out yet. But, yeah, this is what we do over here. Had to talk about my man Frank Martin and Shareable Rivera, because it was a great fight between two young up-and-coming fighters. And I hope to see more matches like this in the near future. But this is all I got for you guys this evening. The other fights, maybe I'll do a video or so talking about those. But I just wanted to give Frank his shine because he performed. And that's what we got to do. We got to find the positive things to really talk about in boxing and really roll with that. There's a lot of negative out there, but we don't have to dwell on that. Let's dwell on the positive. Let's dwell on the good. So, and that's what my intent is. But peace to everyone out there. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.